Imagine that 2 million years ago, you're a South African woman in a cave hiding from a rainstorm. You're bored, so you decide to take 2 sticks and rub them together. Slowly at first, but then more quickly and deliberately as you see smoke begin to emanate from in between them. You've just discovered fire. And you may not know it yet, but the gulf that will exist between you and your neighbors outside the cave will be massive. In many ways, the most important dividing line that can be drawn between human beings isn't race or gender or culture or the kinds of dogs that we own and allow to bark annoyingly. It's technology and access to its transformative capabilities. Now, besides the upcoming presidential election, which I won't touch at all, the most important and constant thought on the cultural collective consciousness is that AI is going to fundamentally transform the societies that we all inhabit. And to see evidence of this sentiment, all we have to do is follow the money. In the month of May, there was $12.4 billion invested into AI companies and startups. Just last month, Google paid $2.7 billion to poach a top research scientist from Character.ai. The fact that so many smart companies and smart investors are willing to put this much money into this technology says that its upside is virtually infinite. But even though we're all using ChatGPT and AI models these days, it seems like the vast majority of use cases for this technology are just making mega corporations like Meta and Google more money. But how many kids in Baltimore's inner city would have their lives transformed if we could use ChatGPT as a personal tutor, fine-tuned on their unique needs and backgrounds? Now, imagine that you're a South African woman in the year 2024 living in downtown Johannesburg. Over the last few months, your chest has been hurting and you've been having some trouble breathing. You have sickle cell syndrome. But how could you know that? And how could you know that an ocean away in a deep learning lab in Silicon Valley, technology was being developed and iterated on that could diagnose your condition better than 90% of human physicians? You couldn't know that. You don't know that. And so you suffer silently. And to me, that's the greatest tragedy that technological disparity presents us with. And so in light of that reality, and the reality that more than 1/3 of the global population doesn't have access to the internet, let alone to the transformative power of AI, my answer to the question underpinning this event is that we owe each other an equitable and altruistic redistribution of the gains brought about by AI technology. I'm going to talk about 3 areas, 3 visions that I think will make AI the harbinger of a better future than the past that we're coming from. Firstly, we can use this technology to eradicate institutional instabilities. Imagine a world with AI agents that create tamper-proof governance systems, a world with AI-driven policy analysis that identifies the most effective interventions for societal issues, free from human bias or self-interest. In countries that are crippled by weak institutions, we can use AI to optimize public services and transportation, to create fair tax systems, and to revolutionize voting systems. Even in more advanced democracies like our own, We can use AI to bridge political divides by providing data-driven insights and statistics-based analysis of complex political issues and policy. Secondly, though, I think we can use AI to raise the standard of healthcare that everyone on Earth has access to. The woman in Johannesburg shouldn't have to suffer silently and in the dark. We can use AI to create diagnostic tools that provide every human on Earth with accurate health assessments, even if they can't afford healthcare. Like I mentioned, AI already outperforms doctors in very specific use cases. But what if we could scale this globally? What if every human being on Earth had access to their own personal health assistant that could monitor their vital signs and predict adverse health outcomes before they had a chance to destroy lives? Also, we can use AI to revolutionize drug discovery and to get faster treatments for rare diseases whose treatment is being neglected currently because of profitability. Lastly, I believe we can use this technology to end educational inequity globally. Even in the US, and maybe especially in the US, access to quality education is still unbalanced. We can use AI, like I mentioned, and large language models to create personalized tutors for every single student who are always available, always patient, never judging, and ready to re-explain concepts until they're understood. We can also use AI to help identify and address learning disabilities early so that kids don't fall through the cracks. Lastly, in regards to the classroom, we can use AI to automate administrative tasks so that teachers are free to do what it is that they do best and what it is that we really need them to do, which is inspire and guide their students. And beyond the classroom, we can use AI to create effective and engaging learning materials for people in all phases of life and learning so that they can upskill, change their jobs, and find careers that they're passionate about. St. Ignatius Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits, charged his order to go forth and to set the world on fire. And I believe in my 3 years at Notre Dame, I've come to know that we are the right combination, the right chemical mixture to be the oxygen for the fire that will be the AI revolution. We can redistribute the energy and warmth and life-giving force of this technology to the coldest and most vulnerable communities on the planet while mitigating this technology's destructive capabilities. Fire has two destinies. It destroys, it devastates, and it disfigures. But it also powers, protects, and preserves civilization. In the same way, I believe that AI technology has the power to burn away so many of the stark inequities and injustices that have been a through line of human history. We owe each other a new baseline standard of institutional stability and a tenable path to universal health care for every global citizen. We owe each other the gains in knowledge and productivity that this technology will bring us. We owe each other fire. Thank you. You guys have been great.